is it. End of the line. The Ratte construction facility, dug into the sides of the Midas Canyon. An odd place to build a tank, but the sheer drops will help with hiding bodies. It's time to destroy the Ratte and the entire facility. The Reich must not be allowed to build this again. I'll have to take out the production lines on the way through. There are a few good vantage points on the way, too. And then, when that's done, I'll deal with Vahlen once and for all.
Ich habe ihn! Kannst dich nicht...
The transformer.
Denk mal, wie die Amerikaner gucken werden, wenn sie ihn sehen.
Die wissen sich vor Anziehung eingedichtet!
Another transformer.
desert ghost himself. The man who single-handedly tore through Hellfire, stole into Siwa, dueled with a tiger in Kasserine, and crippled our supply lines. I'm an admirer of your work. We are the same. You and I, we are both soldiers. Workers of war. We love our work.
We are not the same. Charges will barely put a dent in that. Let those pillars go. Maybe I can bury it. All right. Time to take this beast down.
Arbeitet schnell und effizient. Euer Leben hängt davon ab.
Ich wurde getroffen! Hab voran! Habt ihr das gehört? Scheiße, wir haben Gesellschaft. Da ist er! Was denn? Den Sieg. Da ist er! Ich habe den
out of here.
We are the same, you and I.
Help me! I am nothing like you. I remember who I killed. Is dead, and the rat is destroyed. But the war is far from over. There are plenty of targets worthy of a bullet. Men who need to die. Time to find more work.
Alright, I guess that's the ending of the game. Honestly, it was horrible. It was buggy as hell. There was a lot of invisible walls. The AIs were retarded. I mean, I did like the kill cams, but that gets kind of repetitive after a while. I mean, I guess you have to get really interesting with where you hit. I heard that you can kind of like, you could take out dudes' testicles and, you know, other types of body parts, or shoot their grenades and make them explode. But I never really did that. I thought it was kind of stupid to do that. What else? There was this one mission that really pissed me off and made me really hate this game. It was like, I think it was a mission in the desert. We were going inside this fortress during the day. I think it was like planes flying over and whatnot. But it was, I forget what it was called. Some town. We had to identify an officer with his wounded hand. Now, it was a point of the mission where I was watching them with my binoculars. It was 3 officers. You had to pick the right one. I just wanted to watch and see what happened, you know, see if, you know, I had to follow them, or see if they had any mannerisms, like, you know, he tries to pick something up, it hurts his hand, you know, something like that. And I just kind of didn't identify it in time, and then it just said I failed the mission just because I didn't identify the soldier when they wanted me, or the officer when they wanted me to do it. And I thought that was kind of fucking stupid. This is not as bad as Days. I don't even want to talk about it. I shouldn't even really be talking about other games, honestly. It's just not as bad as the game I played before this a while ago that I hated so much. But this is it's more entertaining than that game, but it's still a 1 out of 10. The developers seem to not really give a damn. They don't. I hate developers nowadays because they don't put in the effort to make their games. Like back in the day, games didn't used to be this fucking garbage, honestly. Like, you didn't have games that were just like barely finished, barely worked. I mean, it works when it wants to work, and it's just, come on now. You gotta put more effort than just the minimal effort that you put in games nowadays. And it just seems very different from when I was a kid, how games are today. It's just no effort, very repetitive missions. Get annoyed. There was this one mission, there's another mission that I hated too, that it just pissed me off. It was in a section where I think it was called the Hellfire Pass. I think that's the mission. I played Hellfire Pass, and the part where the tank comes out when you're at the end, it pisses me off. So, like, let's say you use all your explosive mines and all. You get to that ending part.
By the discovery of Project Zoika, and to ensure that no similar plans could ever come to fruition,
this is one of the things that pisses me off.
Air Forces undertook a 5-month campaign of strategic bombing in an effort to cripple German steel production and hasten the end of the war. It became known as the Battle of the Ruhr, reaching an intrepid height in May 1943 with Operation Chastise.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's just be dialogue popping in out of nowhere. Like the mission I just played, honestly, it bugged out. Like it was dialogue on top of dialogue while I was trying to, like, you know, finish the last mission. It bugged out, and the elevator, the part where you go down in the elevator, it bugged me at the top while the elevator was going down, and I fell to my death. Like literally, the elevator had finished during the cutscene, and I fell and died in the middle of that. When the cutscene was over, and I finally loaded in on the elevator. The elevator acted like it barely wanted to work, by the way. It was like glitchy and laggy. It was going up and down. Like this, like what decade is this game? And even if you ask that type of question, you can't really like say like older games are done better. Like I don't understand why these developers, they get all this money. You get even more money than probably the developers back in the day when I was a kid got, and you don't put no fucking effort into the game. And it's so sad. Like, what was that dialogue? I'm at the credits, and he's talking about some other region or whatever. I hate that he's trying to make it sound cool. It's not really all that cool. I mean, World War II, yeah, it was it was an epic war. I wouldn't say it's exciting. People died, but like, just be normal. This dude's trying to sound all cool about it, and it's just cringy as hell. That's another thing I hate about it. Anyways, back to what I was saying about Hellfire Pass. The developers are so fucking stupid that when you take on that tank, there are no explosives. Like, literally, in the area that tank is traversing, around that area, that road, it goes in a circle, non-stop. There is no fucking explosives or anything you can use to blow it up. I had to go into a whole nother area just to... That's how you know this game has no effort. It's like barely any credits. It's like literally 5 minutes of credits. That means just barely anyone worked on this game. Anyways, like, no explosives in the area where you need it to take out this tank. So you better make sure you save your explosives just to be able to, like, you know, take out the tanks. Like, if you don't have no explosives, you just out of luck. You gotta run around like a chicken with your head cut off just to be able to, like, you know, blow up this tank, because you don't have anything else after that. In the first one, there were weak points on the tank, so you had something you could shoot at to, you know, disable the tank or even kill it. But there's not really much in this game, and they don't really give you hints on which areas to shoot or anything like that. There's no training, there's no tests. It's just, and then a lot of the dialogue that pops up, like the subtitles that try to give you hints, disappears after like 3 seconds or 2-3 seconds, so you can't even read the whole thing before it disappears. I didn't even know how to explode my dynamite the whole game. Every map, if you see me ever use any dynamite, I had to shoot that shit because I don't remember how to detonate it. They made it so fucking ridiculously stupid how to detonate the dynamite. You had to press, I forget what button, and I'm pressing all these buttons trying to figure out how to detonate this shit. And it's like, and I bet you it's an obvious button, but it's like, it's a button that you don't think to use in any game ever created to set off an explosive. it's just they made this game that much more harder with that bullshit, and oh man, it's just so much wrong. Like, this is worse than V2. I thoroughly enjoyed V2, but I fucking hated this game. I hated Sniper Elite 3, and I mean, I'm going to play Sniper Elite 4 at some point, but I'm gonna be so fucking out of it. It's just like, this game was no, I think this game was short too. If this was the last level, this shit was short. It was the same shit over and over again. Sneak in here, kill the X amount of Krauts, Nazis, or whatever, and then you'd finish. You save some dude, get out of there, escape, sabotage this, sabotage that. The Allied AI, they're just as retarded as the enemy AI. Let me tell you. I mean, useless. I mean, except for when we took the airfield, Point Du airfield, whatever the fuck that name was. Other than that, this game was horrible. I mean, no effort, just dumb AI. I've seen smarter AI in a fucking 2000 game. Like a 1990s, 2000, 2003 type game. Like, I've seen better AI in those. These AI are just like, they stand there. I mean, I guess I couldn't talk because it's on the easiest difficulty, and I honestly, this is how I feel. I don't have nothing to fucking prove. If you want to see me really put in work and beat people, I usually only care if I'm in multiplayer, because, you know, people are actually smarter than the AI computer, and, you know, put it on a harder difficulty, the AI is fucking unbelievably fucking accurate. Like, it's like they could shoot you between a fucking like, if they see a pixel, they hit that shit. Like, if you're sticking out and a pixel is showing, they will hit you every time. That's how unbelievably unrealistic it gets if you put it on a hard difficulty, and then you die so easily and shit. No, it doesn't make it fun. Honestly, yeah, if you want to see me, like, I don't need to prove anything in single player. I prove it in multiplayer, and I record a lot of my multiplayer clips. Definitely not playing this game in multiplayer. I guess I'm talking about, like, you know, an EA type multiplayer game like Battlefield or Star Wars Battlefront. Like, you know, you can see my clips on that, you know I'm good. I don't need to prove anything. But yeah, the AI don't seem too smart, and I doubt that they're even smarter on the hardest difficulty in this game. They just stand there and, yeah, a lot of these missions were just garbage, and a lot of it was just repetitive. So I just hated it. So yeah, 1 out of 10. Just really, really bad. I think games are getting worse, because I mean, hell, I'm gonna bring it up. Cyberpunk, look at that. Everybody, I wasn't even hyped for that game, honestly. I just knew that this game was gonna be like any other game I played, like, you know, like Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim or Oblivion or Fallout, where, you know, you get to traverse, you meet people, do little, you know, side quests, do the main mission, you know, earn ranks, earn new guns and shit. It's nothing new to me, so I don't know why everybody was so fucking excited about that. I mean, hell, Grand Theft Auto's done that shit. You've been there, done that. It's not even all that fucking great. Yeah, man, like, it's just, that's the perfect example. You know, new games just starting to have little to no effort done to make them complete or whole or work properly or be fun. It's just like, we got paid, we're gonna do the little amount of effort to make this game good. And, you know, you get lazy developers, you get a lazily done game. And I say it to their faces, this game is shit. Your game, you didn't try. You bet me I will say it and be rude about it. You guys didn't fucking try. Anyways, yeah, this game, garbage, 1 out of 10. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay of this game, and yeah, I'll talk to you when I start a new one. Peace.